Can you hear me okay now?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay, okay, perfect. All right, let's see here. So let me go ahead and unmute Venki and Vamsi. Hopefully I'm saying that okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Vamshi. Yeah.
Okay. And guys, can you hear me okay?
నేను కూడా చూస్తాను నాకు ఎందుకు వచ్చిందనేది నాకు అర్థం
Hi, Venki. Hi, Vamshi.
Vamshi, I think they can hear us.
Oh, are they unmuted, Brian?
Yeah, they're unmuted on my end. They may not have a mic set up, or I'm not quite sure, but it shows that he's trying, or Vamshi, I don't know if this individual is trying to speak or not. Now they just muted themselves. And then if they come back off of mute, maybe they'll be able to talk. Yeah, but everybody's unmuted on my end, so the controls are now on everybody else's end.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Then maybe, Brian, do you also want to record the session? Because I know there are 3 or 4 more of my clients who want to join, but they cannot join at this time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can record this and share me the recording so I can send it to all my clients.
Absolutely. Very, very good. Yes, I'll go ahead and do that. Now, I'm getting some background noise. I don't like music. Is that on your end?
Yeah, it is on my end. You can mute me, or I am muting myself.
Yeah, you mute yourself. That way, if you have something to add, you can come back on. If I mute you, then I won't be able to see it if I'm talking. So,
Sure.
Wonderful. Well, Kishore, thank you very much for setting this up, and those that are on the call, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. My name is Brian Spiridonoff, and I'm the Executive Vice President with CalChoice Investments. I'm going to share with you what we do, why we do it, the area that we focus on, and why it makes sense as far as owning a tangible asset inside of our retirement plan. Many people are of the thinking that they are well diversified with stocks, bonds, mutual funds. We're here to share that you can add the tangible asset class to a qualified account like a self-directed IRA and have the same tax-deferred benefits and savings, and or use cash, of course, in order to acquire something that is tangible in a specific path of growth, which is critically important. For land banking to work, it's simple. We've got to find out where people are going, get there first, buy land and wait. And that's all we do, but it's got to be predictable, of course, and strategic on where the population is going and in an area that needs, more build out and growth, which is why a population is going to these specific areas. So I'm going to share with you again how we do things. There's probably going to be a lot of questions that might come up throughout the presentation. Feel free to hold off till the end so we can address them, because oftentimes I'm going to answer a lot of the questions throughout what I'm about to share with you guys. So again, thank you very much. We're a 2-time Inc. 5000 award-winning company. I share from a credibility perspective. For us to be published in Inc. 5000 magazine, it's a prestigious publication here in the States. We're looked at, we're vetted, business model, financials, customers, all that good stuff. To be published twice is a significant accomplishment. But I'm sharing because it's more and more people are realizing the need to get back to the basic fundamentals, as mentioned, as far as wealth creation, which has always been real estate when done right place, right time. But for credibility, this makes sense to a lot of people that see what it is that we do. This is kind of interesting. Oftentimes, we don't see anything in an area like this. And then something like this takes place, and it's like, whoa, hey, where did that come from? Seemingly overnight. And the question becomes, if we would have bought here, if we knew that development was going to take place, would we have made money? And of course, that answer is yes. Now, I know that some of you might be in Texas, or all of you in Texas. I'm familiar with Texas, the Dallas area, Frisco, Plano, Prosper, Melissa, then Waco, Carroll, Garland to the east. And it's kind of interesting because when you look at areas like Texas, predominantly flat, the sprawl could literally go in any direction around that Dallas metro area. Same with Austin and San Antonio, other parts of the state as well. So what makes us in our area unique is that we've got some geographical challenges which really force people only into one direction. But think about one of those areas that you're familiar with that you've seen grow over the last 5, 10, 15 years, and maybe ask yourselves if you knew then what you know now, things might be different. Meaning if you knew that development was going to take place and you could have owned that dirt before it happened, yeah, the gains are absolutely significant. We land bank because it's true asset diversification. I've already touched on this. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds are one thing, but owning something tangible follows its own unique set of disciplines. Real estate follows those unique set of disciplines outside of the paper market, and it's provided wealth for centuries. It's a hedge against market volatility, hedge against inflation, and at the end of the day, we can't make any more of it, so land is extremely valuable. Equity day one. Guys, every one of our customers has equity built in day one when they purchase. I'm going to share with you a parcel at the end of the presentation. And Kishore, earlier today, I explained to you that we had 40,000 left on this. We actually have 107,623 left on it. My mistake. So there's a good amount left on the parcel I'm going to share with you, and I think you'll love the location. But most importantly, the equity position, you'll see, because I'm going to share with you comparable data showing that it's at a very strong equity position day one, where we buy below market value. And the question is, how do we do it and why? One, we do it, we sell below market because we're able to attract more customers, change more people's lives, and we make up for that spread in volume as far as more people that we can assist. We acquire at X, we have a margin of Y, and when we sell at Z to the customer, as long as that equity position is there where they're buying below market value, that's a parcel that works for our business model and for our inventory, and we move forward with it. Real estate's time tested. Land banking, by definition, is buying land before it's needed for development, holding it for about 7 to 10 years, selling it for more than you bought it for. I'm going to share with you a study that showed the average hold period of 3.7 years. We never lead with that 3.7 year study. However, it's important that people know that real life results are happening and taking place out in this area all the time, and it's critically important to know. However, guys, remember, we anticipate a 7 to 10 year hold because we're here to under promise and over deliver at the end of the day. We want to set realistic expectations. This isn't a get rich quick overnight. It's something that we set, forget, and watch grow, and the returns have been absolutely incredible. So our area of focus and concentration, the 60-mile radius around Los Angeles, is the 15th largest economy in the world, second in the US. Half of California's population is in this area called the Los Angeles megalopolis, 19.2 million people. That number will change significantly once the census numbers come out in 2020. But that's a lot of people in a 60-mile radius. We're expecting 2 million more minimum over the next 10 years. So here's our challenge. This is LA City Center. This is the ocean, Pacific Ocean. This is a mountain range. So is this, and so is this. All of this area is level and usable, well, majority of it level and usable, but it's built out. There's no more dirt left in the LA basin. The median housing price in old LA, you don't want to go to at night, $650. Orange County, $750, $775 on any given day. So you could call the LA basin 700,000 median housing price. With 19.2 million people, home affordability is completely out of reach. That combined with a lack of supply, what do we do? Well, the state did this. They spent $380 million widening this interchange. This is the 5 freeway, runs north and south through the state. This is the 14 freeway that goes out to the Antelope Valley. This freeway used to be 2 lanes each direction. Now it's up to 5 lanes each direction with a carpool lane that goes to and from, because 75,000 a day make the commute from here to here. 25,000 a day and growing make the commute from LA out here, because you have huge job creation, massive industry that we'll touch on, which is a great indicator for growth and a place that we want to be naturally. But remember the ocean here in this mountain range, because we'll see it on this slide. And you can see where it says growth path, that's where the star would have been on the last slide, the ocean down to the southwest, and then you can see the mountain range. So what happens is when we go up through that mountain range and through that freeway that they've widened up to 5 lanes in each direction, well, now the traffic can flow to and from, the artery is wider. The state did it not to be nice, the state did it because it's going to benefit the state. When an area grows and you have businesses and property taxes, retail taxes, business taxes, et cetera, are paid, then the state wins. But it also does accommodate all of the population in this LA basin, as well as for home affordability. So as we come up through the mountain range, we drop into level and usable land, which is cost effective and key for builders and developers. Abundant water supply, accessibility by planes, trains, automobiles. This is a multimodal transportation hub, as well as an international inland port, and I'll touch on that here in just a moment as well. We've got adequate utilities in place for growth and expansion. Guys, there's tons of schools, ample education facilities, preschool to college level. And what's interesting about schools is there's years of pre-planning before the state will spend taxpayer dollars, build schools in an area. They need to know that that money will be paid back by population, and again, those property and retail and business taxes being paid. There's nearly 100 schools K through high school, with the most recent high school at 60 million plus. It runs on renewable energy, which is a hot button I'll touch on. But then you've got higher education, satellite campuses from Cal State Long Beach, Cal State Bakersfield, Pepperdine School of Business, Purdue College of Engineering, Brandman University, extension of the private Chapman University. You've got the aerospace schools as well, which is a big indicator for the growth and what's taking place in aerospace in this area. So those are all great signs. Now the Antelope Valley College opened a second campus in 2018. There's 2 Antelope Valley colleges out here because, again, you're just simply outgrowing and needing more space. Incredible sign. We've also got to be close to a major city for land banking to make sense. So you can think of a major city where you are, another part of the country or the world, and as it becomes heavily impacted and unaffordable, well, the outskirts or the suburbs are created, right? The burbs. But if this is, we'll use Dallas as an example. If this was Dallas, you could literally go in a 360-degree radius for growth in all these different areas. Here we can't, okay? Mountain range, ocean, all built out. So the state is very good, and the government's very good about directing traffic, if you will, when they obviously widen arteries and make this area business friendly and drive housing and all that stuff. Opportunity presents itself and people go to where the opportunities are naturally. There's over 13,000 businesses in the Antelope Valley, and there's a handful on the screen that we're familiar with: a Walmart Supercenter, another Walmart, 24-hour, Costco, etc. Kaiser Permanente. Kaiser's huge in California. In fact, Kaiser's in 9 states. You may be familiar with them, but Kaiser built this facility in 2015. It runs on renewable energy. It's state-of-the-art facility, over $200 million to build. Kaiser doesn't build something like this, of this magnitude, of course, unless they're going to be successful, right? At the end of the day, it's about money and opportunity and jobs and all that good stuff. This is the Antelope Valley Courthouse, 4-story facility. It's absolutely magnificent. Tons and tons of money to build. Of course, you build a courthouse like this when, of course, there's a demand and infrastructure pushing you to do so. Retail is an excellent sign of growth. It's got to be the right retail, of course. Walmart, very good at what they do, studying indicators and trends, research, development, land acquisition, second behind McDonald's. As a matter of fact, there's a great movie on, it's on Netflix, and it's called The Founder. It's a story on McDonald's. Michael Keaton plays Ray Kroc, the McDonald's guy. There's a part in the movie, it says, Mr. Kroc, his name's Ray Kroc, you don't realize what business you're in. You can't become wealthy making 1.4% on a 15-cent hamburger. The value's not in the burger, the value's in the land. And that's when McDonald's became a real estate company. They're actually McDonald's Realty. So when you've got McDonald's out there and you've got 5 Walmarts open functioning between the 2 cities that we focus on and border each other, that's a great indicator for growth, because they're, again, very smart and very strategic. Again, that's 5 of them between the 2 cities that we're talking about, a 6th one down the freeway in another city called Santa Clarita. Pretty amazing. Not only, though, do these companies provide goods and services, they provide jobs. When you have job creation on a massive level, combined with affordable housing, the migration process is organic. Again, people go to where those opportunities are. You've got 4 Home Depots between the 2 cities, 3 Lowe's, 3 Targets, Costco, Staples, Dick's Sporting Goods, Macy's, luxury retailer, Dillard's, Gottschalk, Restaurant Row, Starbucks, McDonald's. They're all there already and continuing to grow. So when these companies invest in areas, naturally, they're strategic. It's got to make sense. Again, it's not It's not just about having a presence, it's about making money and being successful. Warren Buffett, of course, needs no introduction. He actually has a great documentary on HBO. It's definitely worth watching. But when he invests in an area or a business, he vets it better than anybody, in my opinion. That's why he's so successful. He spent $2.5 billion building the largest solar farm in the world in the Antelope Valley. Then he spent $230 million for a 10% stake in a company called BYD, or Build Your Dreams. BYD is a zero-emission bus, battery, car, and truck manufacturer based out of China. That's where their world headquarters are, is in China, and where they originated. They chose their North America headquarters in the city of Lancaster, where we land bank, to build these zero-emission buses. Again, BYD is the company. So it's pretty amazing that you've got this huge facility out here. It's getting contracts from all over the country, as well as now all over the world. Kishore, I'm not sure if Len Perut sent this on out to everybody or not within the HGI organization, but after the Las Vegas event, maybe a week later, it was announced that India ordered 5,000 of these buses from BYD that are being made where we land bank. So it's kind of neat, and it was kind of ironic after the Las Vegas event. This is the same Kaiser Permanente, and I just wanted to share a little bit further. It's the first building to qualify for LEED. It's a net zero facility, saving millions in the future on fossil fuels. State of the art, absolutely incredible. And then you've got the High Desert Regional Health Center. It's also an award-winning facility. It also opened the same year as the Kaiser did. You've got Palmdale Regional Medical Center adding a $100 million maternity wing. You've got Antelope Valley Hospital going through complete total renovations and rebuilds. You've got assisted livings facilities, walk-ins, clinics, labs, etc. And I share because healthcare is one, it's state-of-the-art and world-class, but it's casting a wide net of opportunity, from entry-level positions to admin surgeons, those in between, again, creating great jobs and driving a lot of population. There's a movie, I'm not going to keep quoting movies, but Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. It's the same thing as it relates to jobs and opportunities. As the jobs are created, the population naturally follows. This is the Palmdale Transit Village and the Transit Center. The Transit Village itself sold out before it was completed for a couple of reasons. One, affordability. It's a nice mixed-use facility. It's great. It's absolutely gorgeous. But the second reason is the Transit Center is right behind the Transit Village. So public transportation component is in place, which is so badly needed. We've got the zero-emission buses from BYD. In the center of the screen is the Metrolink station, also home to the light rail, as well as high-speed rail. And then on the right side is the first rendition of the first or the new terminal that's being built at the airport out there. Now, the airport already exists. The airport is owned and controlled by the Air Force. It's called Plant 42. So Palmdale, the city of Palmdale, negotiated with the Air Force a 25-year lease for up to 400 commercial flights a day, international and domestic. They know where the terminal is going, the new air traffic control tower are going as well, and they plan to break ground and start construction on this new terminal this year, or possibly beginning of 2021. It's truly amazing, guys. That's a game changer for this area. That combined with a few other things that we'll talk about. This is the current Metrolink station that I shared with you on the last slide. This is the new rendition. Tons and tons, millions and millions are funneled in for the transit-oriented development for this new station, because it's got to be modernized to handle what's coming. High-speed rail between LA and Vegas. So this is not the California high-speed rail, but the California high-speed rail is not dead. As a matter of fact, there's meetings that are planned every single week on this section right here. They're still doing the environmental study and all these sections, and private money is being introduced. Now, the federal funds are doing this section right here. We're going to talk about this one, though, this blue line. So originally, Express West had the contract. Well, Express West wanted to build the high-speed trains in China. The government said no. So then Brightline took over the contract. Brightline builds these trains in Florida, South Florida. So 3 weeks after Brightline took over the contract, Richard Branson, the Virgin guy, Virgin Trains, Virgin Airlines, Virgin Records, he partnered, with Brightline to see this thing through. Construction will begin. It's been confirmed this year, could even happen this month on this section right here from Victorville to Las Vegas. Victorville to Palmdale is a year later, but the environmental study of this section right here has already been complete because this is the expansion of a new freeway, and this train's going to run right down the center of the track of the new freeway that's going out. It's called the High Desert Corridor. The fact that you've got two separate entities, though, that have planned to stop here in this part of Los Angeles County is super compelling. Millions in environmental studies, red tape, years of all this stuff. It's super, super compelling. And our parcel is literally right next to the transit center. It could not be in a more desirable location. I think you'll really love it. Since 1953, this has been the aerospace capital of the US. You've got Edwards Air Force Base, China Lake Naval Weapons Station, Lockheed Martin, Skunk Works, Boeing, NASA, Air Force, Navy, and of course, Northrop. So Northrop, their most recent massive contract is 100 long-range bombers. It's a 10-year contract, 6,000 new aerospace jobs, just this one contract. So each aerospace job that's created out here, again, this is the capital since 1953, you have huge facilities. Each aerospace job creates 3 to 5 other jobs, supply chain, manufacturing, fabrication, whatever it might be. Now, it's estimated that over 35,000 people work in the aerospace industry in the Antelope Valley, and that's only continuing to grow. Numerous contracts, we have enough funding in place and contracts in place for the next 30 plus years of work, and that's only going to continue to go up. Pretty amazing and super thrilled to share this with you. The Summer Olympics are coming to Los Angeles, 2028. We've got to be prepared. We've got to look pretty on a global stage, but transportation has to be in place. So LA County voters voted in Measure M, which is a 0.5 cent retail rate hike. It generated $870 million in 2018. This company, Kinki Sharo, they're out of Osaka, Japan. They have a massive facility out in Palmdale because they're experts at building these light rail cars for all of the new transit system in the LA area. So this is downtown LA. Of course, this is the ocean. This is the mountain range I shared with you, a few slides back. The design infrastructure build out is being done on the other side of the mountain range, again, where the Antelope Valley is, which is where Palmdale is. So that's the second company I've mentioned from overseas. There are others because there's foreign trade exemptions, there's job creation exemptions for foreign companies to employ those that have a legal right to work here in the States. And this whole plan to modernize subway, light rail, rapid bus, Metrolink freeways, highways, 465,000 plus new jobs across the region. Now, also a part of Measure M and Measure R funds combined is the first freeway to be built in 25 years in Los Angeles County. Now, you might be familiar with seeing a freeway being built maybe where you are right now or another part of the US or the world. And when that happens, the sprawl just intensifies and magnifies. Why is this important for us? We land bank right here. This is Palmdale and Lancaster. This is the 14 freeway. If I was able to trace it back, I'd drop into Los Angeles right about here. Yeah, that's the freeway that goes from LA, heart of LA, up through the mountains and drops in. So if I trace it back, I'm in Los Angeles. The #1 container port in the US, 5th in the world, is the Port of Long Beach, the Port of Long Beach, the Port of Los Angeles, called the San Pedro Bay. It's a direct shot from overseas. The port's going nowhere. China, Taiwan, Philippines, etc., all over. So the goods come here and then they make their way up to the Antelope Valley. Remember, this is an international inland port. You've got huge facilities. Rite Aid, Michaels, Pepsi, Coke, Frito-Lay, Morton Manufacturing, Fastenal, etc., and the list goes on. These are distribution facilities, which are job creators, which drive population. Again, the port's going nowhere. And then the goods, when they go to their distribution facilities, they stay in the western states, or they shoot down this antiquated highway right here, which is currently being completely redone, actually, out to the 15 freeway, Las Vegas here, the rest of the country here. The goods that come into the port serve 31% of the entire country. Their goal is to make that port serve 50% of the entire country. Well, how do you do that? One, well, you expedite along the new freeway, which designated truck lanes, cargo lanes, express lanes to move goods. And two, the second component of the airport is to fly in goods that don't have to come in overseas this way, because the 25-year lease includes up to 400 commercial flights a day, international and domestic, as well as transportation of goods, which is huge. So the sustainability, the economic impact is here to stay. That port again is going nowhere, and this is a great place for us to be. We focus again right here though, because it's the closest proximity to Los Angeles. But what's happening is pockets are moving in this direction, and all of this is moving in this direction. This area wants to get closer to here because of course, again, it's the closest proximity to LA for commuting. There's over 20 home builders in the Antelope Valley right now. Over 20. That's truly amazing. It's awesome. Kaufman and Broad will highlight. Kaufman and Broad, they build these net zero or double zero houses 3.0. In fact, every home builder that's out here right now has got to meet net zero standards per the Department of Energy. So these homes are amazing. They have a water reclamation system. They'll take sink tub, shower water, reclaim it, use it to irrigate the lot, saving up to 150,000 gallons of water per year. They're also designed to produce the energy with the house as well, saving up to over $4,000 a year in savings to run the house as far as the electricity. Now, these homes are $250,000 to $350,000. The median housing price in the LA basin at $700,000 mean, okay, that's a huge difference. So does that drive population to where opportunity is? 100%. I mean, gosh, you could have a household income of $80,000 a year, buy a home in Los Angeles County, have an okay quality of life, raise a family. Otherwise, you might be stuck in the LA basin, renting, being a part of somebody else's plan in a condo or an apartment, paying more than you would for a mortgage. Now you've got homes that are 500, 750, a million plus, of course, because you have very high affluency in the sectors that we've mentioned thus far. Now you'll notice that it says LA County needs to build roughly 180,000 housing units between 2014 and 2021. That's a lot of homes, but it's not even close to what the mayor came out and said, or Governor of California, Gavin Newsom. Southern California must plan for 1.3 million new homes in the next decade. This was done, you can see August 22nd, 2019. Why do you have so many home builders out there? It's strictly for that reason, because there's no more dirt left in the LA basin. There's only one predictable place left to go. The builders know it, the developers know it, the population is now becoming aware of it. Our opportunity is to own land now before it's completely built out and filled in. This is an independent study that was performed. In excess of 9,000 properties sold over a 17-year period, which included 2008 and 2009. The paper markets took a huge hit, so did real estate. This area still did well. Pre-developed land is not immune to the laws of economics, but it weathers the storm when you've got no dirt left and only one predictable place left to go. Geographical ocean completely filled in, one predictable place left to go. So the results are phenomenal. The average property annual appreciation rate, 24%, again, annual, average hold period of 3.7 years. Remember, when somebody moves forward and invests with us, we anticipate a 7 to 10 year hold time. Can it happen sooner? Yes, it can, but we never want somebody to take part and move forward with us thinking that in 3.7 years they're going to double their money, and that's the hard line. Absolutely not. Again, it can happen, but we want to set those expectations so everybody has a clear understanding of what's going on. Guys, this information is about, or this call is about information, fact finding, giving you the evidence and the information you need to be empowered to make your own financial decision. These are the results. They're here to share what's happened in the past, but past is not a guarantee of future performance. This is a property that I'm super thrilled to share with you. And it's in an incredible location. It's on Technology Drive, as you can see. To be on a road called Technology Drive, that's a pretty incredible designation, because typically, well, not typically, but how the whole area works, from the north, they're lettered streets, A, B, B to C, C to D, etc. And then you've got halfway points. So like B to B8 is a half a mile, but B to C is a full mile. So this was originally on P8, but they've changed the designation to Technology Drive because it's right in the hub, in the heart of the area of the city with street frontage. Before I share with you the parcel, I want to show you, this is part of the 10-year capital improvement plan for the city of Palmdale. This document's 161 pages. I can make sure that I get it on over to you guys, Kishore. I'll make sure that I send this on over to you so you guys can go through it. But $1.154 billion is going into the city for the 10-year plan. You do a search in the document for Technology Drive. There's 23 projects or programs taking place on Technology Drive, and Technology Drive is 1.5 miles long. That's a lot of projects. This is a 30,000 foot view, and I'll hone in more closely here in just a moment, but I wanted to share with you some of the stuff that's taking place. You can see big box stores, brand names already there, already functioning. I can put another 200, 300 businesses on this slide alone from every major hotel chain already there. On top of it, 3 extended stay hotels were built last year. 2 more are coming in 2020 this year. And it's just truly amazing. And they've got these extended stay hotels all over the place because you have so much business and executive travel, from aerospace to renewable energy to transit-oriented development to hospitals, healthcare, hospitality, you name it. So you've got a lot of people that are visiting this area every single day. You've got every major auto dealership, auto malls, all that good stuff as well. But you'll notice our site location, and again, I'll get closer in just a moment. I just wanted to share with you, the building growth can only go up to this road because this gets into where the airport is. Again, already exists, controlled by Plant 42, and the new terminal and air traffic control tower are going right there. All right, so Technology Drive, okay, is 1.5 miles long. That is it. It's truly amazing. And we're also sandwiched between the Antelope Valley Freeway as well as Sierra Highway. These are 2 major north-south thoroughfares, okay? Lots of traffic, lots of visibility. Many people are on this road every single day. You've got the auto mall right here. This is a CarMax Supercenter already built out, functioning. Bill Gross and I were out here one day a few years back. We were actually watching it being built. Pretty amazing. This is where Palmdale's Convention Center is going to be built this year. We're right in the heart of the action, which is a great place to be. Now, in addition to, this says Transportation Drive. There's my cursor. This says Transportation Drive. This is the transit center, okay, where the high-speed rail going out to Las Vegas, as well as the airport, or excuse me, the new freeway, the High Desert Corridor Expansion Project, is spinning off right from this location. You can see the road. We've got street frontage, and again, 23 matches of projects taking place on this road. The zoning is absolutely ideal for this location. Now, the zoning, as it relates to the parcels that we look for, we do not look for residentially zoned parcels. We don't do it because they're further outside of the heart of all of the action typically. And right now, they've been monopolized by a lot of the builders and developers because there's so many builders out here. The price per square foot for industrial zoned property is exponentially greater than commercial as well as retail or residential. Industrial zone is critically important, and this parcel is zoned light industrial, but it's got an additional designation of planned industrial. So light industrial is established to create, preserve, and enhance areas for light industrial uses and associated operations like assembly, fabrication, packaging, transport, warehousing, logistics, gas station, restaurant. But this parcel has an additional designation of being planned industrial because it's a part of the city's master plan build out right in the heart of all the hub and all of the activity and action. We are in an absolutely ideal location and situation right now. So you'll notice on the screen, the rectangle at the top, the white says 105,500. That's price per acre. The total price of this parcel, the total is 477,915. We have $107,623 left on the parcel. We've already sold portions of it off. But if you look at the comparable data surrounding this parcel, 121 per acre, assessor parcel number, 155, assessor parcel number, 133 per acre, 289, 175, 115. Here's one for 101. Yeah, we're going to show it, 119. But our equity position is extremely strong in a super desirable area, which was very difficult for us to acquire this parcel. People do not want to get rid of it unless they have to because of the location. Now, the property details, the property's in Palmdale. In 2015, Palmdale won the Eddy Award, which is the most business-friendly city in all of Los Angeles County. There are 88 cities in LA County to be exact. That's amazing, and it's just their testament to being business-friendly naturally. The city of Lancaster just won it this past year, and they've actually won it 3 times. It's like these two cities that border each other. They're like sibling rivals going after each other. Who can build the fastest and who can be the best, the quickest. It's really, really amazing to watch. And it's great for us, our business, but most importantly, our customers, when you've got 2 cities that are doing this. If there was just one city that's just growing at its own pace, there's no competition or threat, if you will. So to have them bordering each other back to back, the growth is exponential. It's amazing. Now the property is zoned M4, light industrial, gross acre 4.63. The net acre is 4.53. The difference is easement for curb and gutter because there's 23 projects taking place on this road per the LA County Master Plan or the 10-year capital improvement plan. The price per gross acre is 103,22138, and the price per net acre 105,500 with a total price of 477,915. So based on current marketing data of active and sold listings, the average asking price per acre is 182,583. The average sold is 143,43330, and we're selling this at 103,221.38 per gross acre and 105,500 per net acre. Guys, that's going to conclude what I wanted to share with you tonight, and I really appreciate your time and attention. And I'd love to. Oh, you know what? Here we've got some more people that joined us. I'm unmuting everybody. Oh, we've got some background noise. Do you guys have any questions or anything that I can elaborate on and share with you before I continue? Okay. Kishore, are you still with us?
Yeah, Brian, I'm still there. Do you have Vamshi and Venki still on the call, or?
Yes, we have Srinivasa, we have Venki, we have Abhishek.
Abhishek, yeah. All of them are my friends. So
wonderful.
Can you unmute them if they have any questions?
Yes, sir. They are all unmuted. They've chosen to mute themselves on their end, but on my end, they are unmuted, so they are in control.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they may not have anything to add, but Kishore, maybe what did you think of what you saw?
Yeah, looks like a great opportunity, Brian, because it is in a perfect location. So, yeah. Seems to be.
Well, good. If there's no other questions, I'd like to explain closing costs as well as annual carrying costs. So closing costs are going to be right at about $1,250 depending. And I say that if there's any prorated taxes due on the property. And what the closing costs are title and escrow. That is it. No fee to us, no fee to broker, realtor, since we are a for sale by owner directly from us. So that's the total closing cost. Now, if we're using qualified money, like an IRA or an old 401k that we want to put into a true self-directed IRA, there's various companies that are out there, and that would be the annual carrying cost of whatever they charge. I believe you guys, Kishore, use IRA services through HGI, and I believe that that's a very nominal fee per year. As far as the annual carrying cost, it's going to be 1.25% of whatever dollar amount somebody moves forward with and purchases. And 1.25% is the property taxes that need to be paid for this opportunity. When we own property, of course, we got to pay the taxes. Now, property taxes are covered on land. They're covered under Proposition 13. So they don't change. They do a blanket assessment. They go off what the sales price was, and they do not change. They have the ability to change up to only 1% per year if they do change, but we do not see them change at all until the property is sold. and that is it. And then we own in one of the fastest growing areas of the country. Again, this area is the 15th largest economy in the world, as well as, a lot of people don't like California. I get it. I live here. I'm in Orange County, and all the time. It's just crazy. There's just so many people here, but it doesn't mean that California is a bad place to invest money. As a matter of fact, California is 5th in GDP. If we were our own country, we ranked 5th. We passed the United Kingdom last year, and this area as a whole is a massive economy. And again, only one predictable place left to go based on geographical challenges and population and affordability. So guys, that's going to conclude what I want to share with you. If there's no further questions, we'll go ahead and
Hey,
finish.
Brian.
Brian, this is Srini. I have a question.
Oh, sure.
What is the reason? Basically, market price and selling price is more, but so I think you are offering for less price. What is the specific reason? I didn't get that point.
Yeah, so correct. Yeah, that's okay. And I know some joined late, but we sell below market value on purpose. We do this to attract more population, more customers, change more people's lives. We make up for it in volume. And we have a formula. So we make thousands and thousands of offers a year out in this area. And we come in at cash. We come in at a cash offer. It's lower than fair market value, significantly, quite a bit, but it's just a numbers game. And we look for parcels that have liens, tax, title issues, encumbrances that we can get cleaned up. We buy the parcel first. We have clear title. We have a standard margin of markup, so we're profitable. And once that margin of markup is added to what we paid for it, whatever it is equates to the equity position of at minimum 20 to 40% right out of the gates for our customers. Again, we make up for our lack of margin, if you will, because we could sell at fair market value, but our sales cycle is going to take longer and we're going to be able to affect less people. Our goal is to get people to jumpstart some funds if they're trying to make up for lost time, or even if they're not, they just want to make money. This is a great place to do it in the form of equity right out of the gates. Everybody receives their own individual grant deed based on their percentage of ownership with title insurance and on fee simple land. We use a national title company and a national escrow company to facilitate and handle the transactions. I hope that answers your question. I know it's kind of long-winded, but.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks, Brian.
My pleasure, sir.
Then if we want to sell our land, again, do we need to go through you or we can sell it in any way, whatever we will?
Yeah, no, it's all up to you. Yeah. So, you don't have to go through us to sell. When the developer comes and makes the offer to purchase, there's some various trigger points, meaning, let's just say, Kishore, it's you, me, and Srinivasa are in a parcel, okay? And I own 10% of it, you own 50% of it, and Srinivasa owns 40% of it, okay? So when an offer comes in from the developer and that offer is 20% above the original purchase price per year, okay? So first year, 0 to 12 months, an offer comes in and the offer is, call it $600,000 because the price of this is $477,915. I own 10% and I raise my hand and say, yes, I want to sell. It's a forced sale all the way around if you guys don't want to buy my interest. So it's a forced sale all the way around in that case. And what happens is people go, well, I don't want to be, taxed on the gains. Yeah, we just do a 1031 exchange into another parcel, or if it's owned inside of a self-directed IRA, that is not a taxable event because it's considered market growth or gain inside of our qualified plan. So now we can self-direct back out into the market, buy more real estate, or if we are at retirement age, we could pull it out and pay tax as ordinary income.
So how do I check the current market value of the land? Like, for example, so you said the current market value. So either a website or either government website where I can check the exact market value?
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll send you over the property profile, which will give you the APNs and the properties that we use. for our presentation and in our marketing piece. So you can do that on your own as well. But if you go to the county website shows the price that was paid, but it also, or the tax amount, but it also shows the year of assessment, which is critically important. There's been people that have gone to, the website, the county website, and looked up a property, and they'll say, oh, well, it shows that it's assessed at X amount of dollars, but you're selling it at this. And I go, well, yeah, look to the right of that number, and it shows you the year that it was assessed. So remember, because property values in dirt, they don't just go out and assess like they do housing tracts that have many sales and they can warrant increasing somebody's taxes. They do a blanket assessment, and the taxes are only changed once the property is sold. So be very careful when you're looking at that stuff so you know exactly what you're seeing. But we will send over the property profile as well for you to take a look at. Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much. Super appreciate it. And if there's no further questions, Kishore, if anything comes up, feel free to just get back to me and let me know. I'd be happy to address and help you out.
Sure, Ben. And before you leave, like, are there any other annual expenses other than the taxes, annual taxes?
No. So property taxes are one. If it's owned inside of a self-directed IRA, then there's going to be that annual custodian fee. But if it's a cash transaction, property taxes, that's it.
Okay. Abhishek, Srini, Vamshi, Venki, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask Brian.
So one question here, I mean, for getting a good enough return, I mean, what's the based on your experience, what's the typical holding period for this kind of a property?
5 to 7 years. But with this one, don't, and I don't want to be I'm just sharing in my personal opinion, in mine, okay, not company opinion, not advising opinion whatsoever. In my personal opinion, this will not last that long at all. It can't. I mean, the location is just, I mean, it's ideal. It's absolutely ideal based on transportation center, this road being so short, 1.5 miles long with 23 projects. And again, between two major north-south arteries, which give visibility. What visibility is important because whoever buys this or whatever developer develops on this, they have organic traffic on this road every day, here and here, which increases their return on investment because their marketing dollars are less because you have, again, free marketing or organic traffic on a daily basis. Combined with how many people come to this transportation center on a daily basis, this is ideal. So again, in my personal opinion, it wouldn't at all take that long.
Okay. And I don't know if I missed it in the beginning, like, is there a minimum investment size?
Yeah, minimum's 40,000.
40,000, okay.
Yep. Yeah, and on this one, again, I don't know if you heard, we have 107,623 left on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for your question. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was worth your time. Kishore, what I'm going to do, this recording is going to take about 30 minutes or so to convert before it can be sent on over. But I'm leaving because I've got a 6:15 appointment. I won't be back until later tonight. So you can expect this as well as a follow-up email with a bunch of links and some other videos and stuff morning time tomorrow.
Sure, Brian, no problem. Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, have a wonderful night. I appreciate your guys' time. Happy New Year. Let's make 2020 a wonderful one. And any questions come up, please let me know.
All right. Thank you, Brian.
Thanks.
All right. Take care. You got it. Bye-bye.